Hello, in this video we are going to explore the program called TurtleArt. This is an amazing piece of software to learn the basics of programming. It's a great starting place regardless of your age, and even if you're a more experienced programmer you can do some pretty funky stuff with it. So regardless of your skill level, TurtleArt's a great thing to look at and explore. And like I said, in these set of videos we're going to do a number of things that are going to allow us to learn the basics of programming through TurtleArt. Okay. So if you need to get yourself a copy, you can't download it from this page, which is turtleart.org. You have to actually email them, and they'll send you a download link to access it. This page has a lot of image galleries, so you can take a look at some of the cool things that you can do in TurtleArt. So here's some of the different things that TurtleArt can do. This one looks pretty cool. Autumn tree. So eventually you can actually write a program to make your turtle do this. He's going to draw this. Or letting go. Lots of very cool things here. If you happen to be a teacher taking a look at this, it's great. It's a great way to combine art and computer science. It's a great way to combine mathematics and computer science. In fact, it's a great way to combine all three, but that's a whole other video. Okay, so let's go back. So like I said, if you don't have a copy of TurtleArt yet, you're going to email them, ask for a copy. They'll send you a download link, and then you grab it. Now, all you're interested in is the one file in there, which is called turtleart.jar. And if I right-click on it, I'm going to look at the properties here. And let's just really briefly talk about what a jar file is. A jar file is a collection of files. What that means is buried inside of this file is a whole bunch of different files that can do something really interesting. In this case, all these files work together to give us TurtleArt. More specifically, this is what's called an executable jar file. What that means is that if I double click on this, it will then run a program and do something specific. Now, just really quickly as a sidebar, you might have this turtleart.jar, but your icon might look a little different. That very likely is because you don't have a version of Java that's necessary to run this. TurtleArt is written in a programming language called Java. I put a little link at the bottom of this video, and that will take you to another video which will give instructions how to download and update your version of Java. But we're not going to do that here. So let's double click and let's take a look at TurtleArt. And here we go. So let's talk about the screen and let's identify the different parts of it that we need to know about. So along the top there's new, which essentially starts a new TurtleArt file. You can save, you can open, which is great. There's a number of buttons along here which we're not going to dive into right now, but they have different useful functionalities. We have an undo and redo, and then we have a couple buttons up along the top here which we'll see what they do in a second. This main screen is where you're making your turtle do the art that you want it to do. To make the turtle move around and draw lines, you have to give it instructions. The instructions that we can give the turtle are all located in this left-hand panel here. And you'll notice that there's a couple tabs here. So there's a bunch of commands. So if we select the different tabs, we'll get a different set of commands in here. Now we're not going to look at all of them right now. We're not going to look at all of them in the videos that I make, but hopefully we'll give you enough information and get your skill level to a point where you can play around with these different ones and kind of see what they do on your own, which is one of the most fun parts about programming. So let's start by making this turtle do something. So the way we do that is these are all clickable and click and draggable. So I can click any of these and I can drag them onto the screen. You'll notice that when I do this, sometimes numbers show up in here. But essentially what this means is that when something is on the screen, I can then double click on it and that action will be executed by the turtle. So if I double click on this forward 100, there's my turtle. He moves forward 100. Now, I can always go and reset the turtle back to the origin, which is the center of the screen, by clicking this eraser. There we go. Now this looks a little cluttered. If I want to get rid of any of these, I can drag them just off the screen, appear like this. So let's drag this forward in here, and we have forward 100. Let's go forward 200, just because I want to go a little further. To do that is I select that, and then I type in the number 1. So now I've changed it, so I'm going to go forward 200, and watch what happens. And again, I can click this eraser, it erases what's drawn, and starts back at the start. Now let's make our turtle do a couple things. So let's say I want this turtle to go forward 200 and then turn right 90 degrees. And this is a measurement in degrees. Well, I could click 1, there it is, and then I click it again, there it is. And see how my turtle's gone forward and then turned 90 degrees? And notice the turtle is turning in a clockwise rotation. Now that's annoying because I have to click 2 things. Well, notice these little kind of nubs here? I can connect them. And I just drag them in like this. And now if I click on this forward, it's going to run through the sequence. It's going to go forward 200 and turn 90. Now here's the thing. I want my turtle, let's imagine, to walk out a square. So that means the turtle is going to go forward 200, turn right 90, then forward 200, turn right 90, forward 200, turn right 90, and then forward 200. So what I can do is we can drag them in like this. And I changed it to 200, so let's put 200 there. And then we're going to turn right 90. We're going to go forward 200. So we have to again change this, 200. And then we're going to turn right 90. So let's erase and let's just see where this takes us. If I click on the top one, see it happened really fast, but the turtle went forward 200, turned right 90, forward 200, turn right 90, forward 200, turn right 90, and now the turtle just has to walk 200 more to get to the end. So let's clear all this again, and let's click on the top. I didn't change it to 200. Let's clear this again, and let's walk through again, and there we go. So now, just to end this video, let's say I want to get rid of this. Remember, all I have to do is select these and drag them off screen. Here's a useful thing to remember. When you start chaining these together, what the program does is if I select the topmost item, it moves them all around, right? If I want to pull out part of it, so let's say I want to pull out this last one, if I select it, it actually disengages from anyone above it. So notice if I come up here and I select this one here, see how it disconnects from the main chain? So good thing to remember, if you select an action, it's going to take anything below it along with it. If I select an action with anything above it, it disconnects. And let's take those off screen. So, before starting the next video, why don't you take a moment and actually play around with this a little bit. In our next video, we'll do some other interesting things. Thanks.